Good morning. I'm at least an hour early. It's still never too early for these niggas to be stalking me in some form of shape, you feel me? Just look over the shoulder. Obsessed with me. I just got in the run, feel me? Skin glowing, sweat. Feel me? This is real glow. None of the other fake shit these niggas be on. Real glow. Feel me? Yeah. Check him out. Sweating and shit. Anyway. Good morning. It's May 26, 2022. Usually got my coffee in one hand and a Gatorade. Well, lately, there's been a lot of bullshit going on. Feel me? It be like that sometimes. It be like that, you know. It's a lot of enviness, hate, you know. I wanted to do the check-in in the morning. Really don't have a subject. It's like a slow walk. I'm an hour early. They got me coming on no usual time. I usually don't come at this time. Unless it's the weekend. So I'm like, let me just take the Elias bus. Feel me? Got here early. I couldn't resist not running. Reason why. I was going to just run very slow, but even slow running didn't help. Still got here early. I got a whole hour to spare. Don't know what to do with it. You feel me? My paycheck was very shitty. Shit. But nigga still got to pay his rent. It is what it is, man. I'm still paying. Still paid it on time. You know what I mean? Even if they patrol, I made payroll. Ben's paid for. You feel me? It couldn't hurt me too much, man. You feel me? I couldn't even get mad, say what the hell, and just laugh. It is what it is. Word, man. Still made payroll, man. That's all it's about, man. No complaints on my side. Still made it. You dig? You always gotta have some extra on you. Just in case the bullshit happen, pull it out. Hold that. Take that. Bad boys, baby. You know what I mean? Anyway, man. In California, it hasn't even been 2 years yet. Still here. It's not worth it. If you in a position like me, it's definitely not worth it. It's too much attention. Too many people in your business that don't even know you. Feel me? The trip has not been worth it, honestly. Yeah, the trip hasn't been worth it at all. There's been a lot of hate. Whole lot of hate. You know what I mean? But it has not been. The only beautiful part about Cali is the environment itself, just the mountains, the weather. Apart from that, it's shitty, man. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna do a roundup, then I'm gonna go in. It definitely hasn't been worth it. It's just too many sinister behaviors over here. I mean, the same thing was going on in New York, but it wasn't that many people involved. At least, you feel me? It's like some people had their own mind. Like, you know what I mean? People knew what it was already. I guess they see me grow up in the city and they seen the hate gradually growing. So they kind of backed away and people knew they already knew, but it's very new to these people. So although a lot of people are not involved, it still feels like, you know, overwhelming. But it hasn't been worth it as a trip. It really hasn't. There's not enough diversity for people to check other people. You see, the thing with diversity is that it's not about pigmentation or race. The thing with diversity is that you have diversity is the thinking of mind. With people with different perspectives, it raised the level of competition up. So when it raised the level of competition, that's what diversity does. Diversity just put expectation there higher and it brings out the best in people. That's all it does. You feel me? So that the ignorant things that you usually exercise on a daily basis, you would choose not to exercise those ignorant behaviors. If you was a racist white guy or a racist Mexican, you wouldn't exercise these behaviors because you have diversity of groups around you. You couldn't express that hate itself. You feel me? Eventually, after a while, you would know that it is wrong because you would see the good in other people that is around you that is diverse. And it keeps everybody in check because it's like you don't have overwhelmingly too many of your own people. When you have too many of the same people in the same area, this is when ignorance and racism and hatred and everything else breed, because now you feel, because people vicariously live through other people. So they have a group thinking mindset. You feel me? They do. They have that group thinking mindset, and it's always like, get out of here and go home. It's like, you don't have a right to tell nobody that, especially if the person is not committing any crime. But they feel like they can tell you that because it's like a group. It's like a similarities. It's like they feel like they can tell you such things. So it's like, you know, diversity raised the level of expectation when it comes to proper thinking and righteous men and women. That's what it does. But when you don't have that diversity within the community, it just perpetuates ignorance, and people feel the right to even commit violence. Although they commit violence against their own people, it's like they also commit violence against other group of people. And this is when racism and KKK and everything else breed, because you don't have different groups checking on you. They're not checking on you. It's good to see different colors. It raises your level of awareness too. It's good to hear from different point of perspective. It also raises your level of awareness. You feel me? It's good to be in experience or be in close contact with different form of cultures, which is food, the kind of clothing that they wear, their kids, and everything else like that. This also raises your level of consciousness and awareness. So if your level of consciousness is just based on what you know and the same people that you know, then you're not really learning much. You feel me? And that's the problem with having the same group of people in the same area, and this majority of them is too many, because they grow in ignorance. You feel me? They just become real ignorant with the way they think. I can only speak from my experience. You feel me? I'm not saying all of California is like that, and I'm not saying the place that I am right now is like that, but I'm saying that from what I've learned so far, with the way that things are, it's because there's not enough diversity around. So you see lingering of these form of behaviors with same group of people. And you think it's a Democrat state. So you think that, oh, you know what I mean? They're supposed to think like, no. Most of the violence happen in Democrat state. It's amazing how they speak about all these things. But truthfully, it's like, that shit is just bullshit. It's just talking points. Honestly, it is just bullshit talking points, because it's not the same when you go into these cities and you go into these places and you like, God damn, reality check. You feel me? It's not the same. It's just not the same. There's a lot of ignorant shit that be going on. You see, the people that travel around a lot are people that seems to be wiser than those who just stay in the same community their whole life. Because when you stay at the same place your whole life, you tend to breed ownership. This is mine. This is my neighborhood. This is ours. What are you doing here? Get out of here, da-da-da. But when you tend to travel around a lot, you tend to have a global sense of things. You tend to be more welcoming. Your mind and your views tend to be a little more out there. You feel me? You tend to know more stuff. So it's like, it's crazy, my nigga. It's just, that's how it is. My nose is running. Excuse the nastiness, because I know people will hear a whole message from me, then talk about my ashy hands. Let's see. She's not, let me see, is it ashy? It's not ashy right now. You know, it's hard work, man. Fuck shit niggas talking about. I ain't trying to be a hand model. You feel me? I'm about to make my way back. I still got an hour, bro. But I'm gonna just go in there and just chill. Anyway, so this is just, you know, diversity. It's not just the diversity of skin complexion, my nigga. Like I said earlier, it's just the diversity of thought. It's the diversity of food culture. You feel me? diversity is more than just race, you feel me? And it's very, very important to see these things. When your eyes see these things, it does something to your chemistry in your body. And you get to see different texture of hair. You get to see other cultures, the way they dress and the way they carry themselves with their family and everything, at least from the outside. But you still get a glimpse of something, you feel me? Because it's not good to always be in the same place and not move around. At least travel to other places so you can see. It opens your eyes up to a lot of things. You get to realize, goddamn, we are more in common than we are different. So you don't get stuck in that exclusive club of I am special or I am unique. You feel me? All that shit is it's an illusion. You feel me? It's like the more you stay in the same place, the more you're going to believe in the lies that you've been told or that you've been mistakenly led to believe. And that's just so true. You feel me? But it is what it is, man. And the more inclined you are to do these things and help people to do these things, you feel me? And people will always get mad. If it has nothing to do with you, don't get mad at it, you feel me? If the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it. That's what they say, right? You feel me? But it is what it is. People, they're very closed-minded, so they're more inclined to accept these kind of behaviors. And when something bad happens, guess what happens? They be like, oh, I did not, you lying. We see mass shootings all the time, and people always act oblivious. Like, my God. And I'm like, we've seen the signs of this shit coming already. You feel me? You see signs of this shit. Reason why? Because you see signs of this shit coming. Like, you got to start checking these parents' homes. You got to start checking these people's home and see how they're being raised and see what kind of mindset they have. You feel me? Why would you have such a mindset? You feel me? Like, I'm not even going to mention the recent activities of things that happened, but you know where I'm going with that. You feel me? Shout out to the victims of the shooting in Texas school. It's like kids, you feel me? Who have such a mindset to want to shoot innocent kids? They can't even defend themselves. They're so small, it would have been a crime for you to even hit them. Like, let alone try to shoot them. Like, it's crazy thinking. That's because these people in their home, it's like it's something going on within the house. It's not, the kid didn't just wake up and decide to do this shit. You feel me? It's like, it's crazy how people be thinking they're so special, and it's like, you're not, like, you feel me? Like, if you were that special, you would know that we are more alike than different. So it's like, you should be more welcoming. It should, like, that is supposed to resonate off you and at least brush your kids with your righteousness. You feel me? The kindness of you will resonate off you and brush off somebody else. But if the kid is behaving at that age and think that it's okay for him to do such a thing, then it's a mindset. I was talking about this last week. It's like the mindset of it all. It's poisonous when you see this behavior. They think it's not going to affect the little ones, but of course it's going to affect them. 18 years ago, this kid, 17 years ago, this kid was 1. 5 years ago, he was 13. If you take it back, peel up a little later, 10 years ago, the nigga was 8. So something that he brushed off him, it was a behavior that he saw that made him think that it was okay for him to do such a thing without even thinking. You feel me? It's crazy. Like, it's crazy, man. I know people want to protect themselves and they want to have their own community, but this is what happened when you have your own community at times. You start to push other people off. You start to distance yourself from other people because you're always thinking they bad and we good. But it's like, yo, this is America. The reason why America is so great is because of different forms of ideas. People bring ideas in. We are diverse in culture. This is what makes us special. You feel me? It did start out just with Native American, black and white. But now it's an inclusion of everybody else. You feel me? You feel me? So most of these ethnic groups and different form of white people wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the civil rights movement. You feel me? So let it pass. There's another white guy driving a Jeep. He driving my car and he mad at me, nigga. I should be mad at you. That's my motherfucking car, nigga. What is wrong with this nigga, man? You driving my bitch. You feel me? If it wasn't for the African American teaching this knucklehead white folks back then, the European whites or whatever kind of whites it is, telling them how to think. Because if it wasn't for them, like, they would still be enslaving people up to this day. Yeah, because they was making money off it. You feel me? Why would they change it? So it's like sometimes you gotta be willing to listen. You have to be willing to see other people's point of view. You feel me? Because if it wasn't for the African American fighting that through and pushing the civil right through and saying, no, it's not just about us, it's about everybody, treating everybody else equally, then these laws, then these rights and these laws wouldn't come into play where it allows other people to come here. Then the Statue of Liberty given to us by friends wouldn't even be possible. You feel me? Let me walk and come down a little bit. I got time to kill, my nigga. You feel me? So the Statue of Liberty wouldn't be possible by France to bring it in, and then the borders wouldn't be open where they allow European countries first to come in, then other countries came in. You feel me? It could be, it doesn't matter what it was, but look, it was possible because of what a small group of people fought to allow such things to happen. But if they didn't fight for that idea, then guess what? There would still be slaves in America, and my ass would still be in Africa, and there would be no progressiveness, no progression, none whatsoever. You feel me? But the movement, you don't even have to go to the same places now. The way shit is set up, the places are coming to you. That's diversity itself. That's a form of travel in itself. When you have these people bringing their cultures to you, that's a luxury. So in America, it's a luxury upon itself. It's a universe of its own. Because places are coming to it. It's like it's an attraction. It's attracting light. It's a magnet for different forms of culture. You feel me? You feel me? So it's a universe upon itself. It has other worlds rotating around it, orbiting around it. The attraction that it brings in. People from are dying to even come here. And there's at least an individual from all around the world. In each country that's in the United States, at least. Everybody from every country, at least one individual is in the United States. You feel me? This is what makes us great. This is what makes us uniquely different. This is what makes us intelligent. You feel me? And it shouldn't be small towns that think that they're exclusive, where they just want a small portion. You feel me? Get out of here. Leave. And turn a blind eye to saying things. I'm like, yeah, that shit is retarded, man. Like, we already did that already. That's what y'all doing is old. That's like old hate. Like, update your hate at least. You feel me? Like, do something new. Like, you feel me? Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit is weird, man. It's weird to me. Because some of the things that they do is old. It's like old hate, old. It's like they just got here type shit. It's like, that shit is old. What are y'all doing? Like, we already fought that. Like, we already beat that down several times in 7 different cities. You feel me? They still talking about KKK. I'm like, KKK, stop it, man. We already fought that. A lot of people leaving that shit. There's only a small group that's left. That's still, like, I'm not saying that's what's happening here. I'm just talking in general now. I've been got up the California topic already. I'm not, you feel me? Everything else is just a branch off the conversation that we first started on. But for me, myself, you know, my experience here hasn't been good at all, honestly. You feel me? It really has not. If I was to keep it all the way 100, it has not. You feel me? I'll be a lie if I said I was having a great time. It's a great time. No, it's a fucking lie if I told you that. You feel me? It has not been a great time. Like, it has not, nigga. Like, it really hasn't. Like, but it's like, I didn't come here to play. I just came here to work hard and do all that stuff. But all that other extra shit, it was very unexpected. I expected hate, but it's like, I'm like, really? Some of it is just unnecessary anyway. I mean, anywhere you go, you're going to receive hate anyway. But it's just, I had to speak to the diversity, how important diversity is. It's very, very important. Yeah, diversity is very, very important. It's very important, man. We need to be very diverse out here, you feel me? You do have some Asians here too, but it's like, everything is just exclusive. I think they bear with each other, you see what I mean? It's like, it's not like, I guess the city life is different, you know what I mean? I'm gonna wait and give you an assessment maybe 5 years later. And I hope I'm saying words like, well, I was wrong. It's better. I got da-da-da, you feel me? I hope that, you know what I mean? That's the hope. But it's highly doubtful when you're about to make 2 years and you still haven't seen any form of change, you feel me? Anyway, I'm about to go in, believe it or not, still got an hour. But I don't want to stay out. I don't want to be out here all day just talking, da-da-da. I'm gonna go prepare myself for work itself. You know what I mean? But if you up this morning, you winning, you feel me? If you up this morning, you winning, you doing your thing. Heard? You heard, nigga? You heard? Feel me? The one great thing about California is the Californian breeze. Feel me? That's the only good thing I felt so far, just that breeze. It's different from New York City breeze, I have to say. That's it, man. It really is. And the sunshine and the exotic. Yeah, I mean, New York City had mad girls, different kind of girls. That comes with diversity, too. You have different flavor. Matter of fact, I can speak on that. You see, when you have diversity, right, it raises the level of competition up because you see different kind of men. You feel me? And you see different form of beauty in women too, as the opposite sex. So you got to raise your game up a little bit. You feel me? So it's not like in a small town where everybody else look the same. You feel me? So you feel me? So when you in the city, like myself, I'm speaking for myself. When I was in the city and everything else, you see different kind of cultures, women. You feel me? You see the brown, you see the yellow, you see the white, you see the black, you see different flavors of black from the Caribbeans and everything else like that. So yeah, the choices in diversity in selecting women are very high. You feel me? Plus the women also see the beauty in other women, so that their level of appearance in public is also very high. They're not slacking at all. Everybody has to up their game type shit like that. You feel me? So you gotta be on top of your game and everything else. You gotta be on top. You have to be on top of your shit because it's the competition and the level of it is very high. Even when it comes to selecting jobs and everything else, everything is at a very, very high level. That's why we have the New York Minute, because we run on a different time because of the level of competition. But when you come to a small town and everything else like that, it's like the same group of people. It's not really that many diversity, so it's a little more relaxing. Feel me? It's not, you still see the you see, it's still a lot of exotic kids. It's a lot of mixed, but it's basically quite the same kind of mixed kids. As in New York City, you have mixed kids. The mixed kids are different. You feel me? It's just a different mixture. Because you can have a mixed kid who is black, Jamaican, Latino. Like, it's like 4 different mix in one. And now here you can have a Korean and white. Or you can have a Mexican and white. You can have, you feel me, that kind of stuff. It's just 2 mixes, you feel me? So it be like that sometimes. But they still beautiful, you feel me? True indeed. They still are. In California, of course. But I'm just saying, diversity, even in that form or in that form of thinking, raises your level of everything. You become very competitive. And even when you come to a small town, you be out of place because you gotta tone down your shit. You feel me? You do. Anyway, I'm about to go in. I got my morning running, so I feel good about that. So, feel me? See y'all later.